have some major Sonic Movie 3 news regarding casting that we need to talk about. As you can probably tell from the thumbnail alone, we have a leak stating that Hayden Christensen is set to take the role of Shadow the Hedgehog himself for the third film. Now, if this news came out a few years ago, I'd probably assume that this was completely fabricated, because Hayden hasn't really been a part of many big projects since his time playing Anakin in the Star Wars movies. His biggest role after the Star Wars prequels was in Jumper, which in my opinion is a pretty underrated movie, but the point is, he wasn't really doing any big Hollywood projects. However, he's recently made a pretty big return, having a voice role in The Rise of Skywalker as well as physically appearing in Kenobi and Ahsoka. With him doing more work right now in film, it makes this leak seem all the more legit. Another big factor that plays into the credibility of this leak is the leaker himself. Coming from Daniel Reichman, who has a pretty credible track record, he's been correct about a ton of big movies such as Spider-Man No Way Home, The Marvels, and more as of late. This doesn't mean that any of this is true, and of course with all leaks, take it with a grain of salt, but I would say that the timing of this makes it seem a bit more legitimate. As time moves forward, we keep seeing a bit more from the movie as Paramount starts to ramp up production to hit their target release date of December, and now would be the perfect time to lock in your cast. But now comes the important question that we need to ask: is Hayden a good fit for this role? And looking back at all the other voice casts that have been a part of these movies gives me solid indication that we're in good hands. Personally, Idris Elba would have never crossed my mind to be the voice of Knuckles, but after the Sonic movie 2, he became my favorite voice for the character, so I have faith that Hayden will be able to turn out a really good performance if this leak is indeed believed to be true. Not to mention, his character of Anakin has some similarities when it comes to Shadow, so I think that Hayden can really get into the mindset of this character. This most likely means that he's signed on for the Shadow movie spin-off as well that's been rumored for a little while now. I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan, and I remember that when it was announced that Hayden was coming back for the Kenobi show, he stated that he watched all of the Clone Wars animated series in order to prepare for it. Now this was pretty cool because it showed how excited he was to get back into his character and really bring things to life from the animated version of his role. So I do hope that if this leak is true, he does a little bit of homework on Shadow and takes a look at his characterization, because there's a lot more than meets the eye when it comes to this character. Shadow has a lot going on beneath the surface, especially when he's first introduced to us in the games. He's dealing with trauma, guilt, and so much more, and I know that we all want to see justice done for this character. I'll be posting the full article to the leak down below in the description if you want to read it for yourself. But that's all that I have for you guys right now. Let me know down in the comments if you believe these leaks to be true, and if you think Hayden is a good pick for the voice of Shadow. Check out this video here for more Sonic news, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all things Sonic, because there is a lot coming out this year. As always, I wish you all the best, take care, peace.